putting you on the field for the best highlights at the Low Country's biggest high school games. Friday Night Lights.
All right, ready? Okay.
H-Y-P-E. Get hype with KB. H-Y-P-E. Get hype with KB.
It's time for the Friday Night Lights Tailgate Show with Kevin
Bilodeau.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, 3:30. We are tailgating week 3 of the high school playoffs. The excitement is electric in here. Let's hear it. I told you they were excited. Everyone is ready to go here. Week 3 of the playoffs. We are down to 4 teams in the Low Country still alive with a chance to win a high school state championship. That includes Somerville, the team that has been the #1 ranked team in 5A throughout most of this entire season, undefeated, and yet somehow they are going on the road tonight for the 3rd round of the playoffs. Heading out to Carolina Forest, a team they've already beaten earlier this season. Summer Hector is going to be out there later tonight. We have our preview of the game of the week right here.
Round 3 of high school football playoffs this Friday, and we are back right where we started. Somerville taking on Carolina Forest. It's a rematch of week 1 of the high school football season. Now in that game, the Green Wave, they won 33-26. And Somerville, they've been the top team in 5A football for the better part of this season. And when I talked to senior running back Trey Green about what's so special about this team, he said it's the leadership. He said not only do they like playing together on Friday nights, but they also enjoy practicing together every single day. And he said by no means are they ready for this season to end.
Leadership for sure. We got Yannick Smith, Ike Rutherford, Jacob Cotterell. We have so many leaders on this team that leads us to win these games and makes it's incredible, man. It's incredible.
I think both teams have gotten better from the first game. We had some first game jitters, some guys that hadn't really played much before. So it's going to be a good game. I mean, it's going to come down to really whoever makes the least amount of mistakes.
We got to go out there, compete, score touchdowns, and be physical. If we do that, we're going to win this game, no matter what.
A spot in the lower state championship on the line. This round 3 matchup happening at Carolina Forest High School. Kickoff set for 7:30 p.m. We will be following all the action up there. We'll have post-game highlights and reaction Friday night on Friday Night Lights. For now, in Somerville, I'm Summer Hector, Live 5 Sports.
All right, thanks so much, Summer. Now, that's our big game as Somerville heads out to Carolina Forest. We have a couple big ones in town as well, especially in 4A, where James Island going to be in action tonight. They are at home taking on Irmo. And the reason this one's such a big deal, both teams coming in at 12-0 on the season. Undefeated matchup in the 3rd round of the playoffs. Haven't seen a lot of those over the last 2 decades. The winner actually most likely going to go on the road for the lower state finals in 4A coming up next week, as they'll almost certainly head to South Florence for that game. But still, a lot on the line in this one, an undefeated season and keeping their season alive. That's everything up for grabs over on James Island tonight. And we talked to head coach Jamar McCoy earlier this week. He says still a lot not really getting the credit he thinks his team might deserve at this point of the season for being 12-0. But he says he kind of understands why, and he's hoping he can start to change a little bit of that with a win tonight.
We feel as though the respect hasn't been there for James Island football, and it shouldn't. We need to earn everything that's given to us, and that's how we train these young men to be. Don't expect any handouts, earn everything that's given. So, we're just trying to earn the respect of the state and put together a good football team and program.
We feel prepared. We feel very ready to play our best football that we've played, and that's pretty much it.
All right, so that's what we've got on deck in 4A as James Island playing host to Irmo. Like I said, both teams 12-0, should be an amazing matchup tonight. Now let's take a look at the brackets that we've got going into round 3 tonight. Here, start off in 5A, White Knoll. They eliminated Fort Dorchester last week. They are back in the 3rd round tonight. They'll be taking on Sumter, a team that went into Stratford and got a win over the Knights last week. Somerville, we mentioned them. They got a win over Berkeley last Friday night at home. They're heading out to Carolina Forest. The Panthers beating up on West Ashley last week. That is your final 4 in the lower state for 5A. Down in 4A, you see there at the bottom, Irmo and James Island facing off tonight. The winner there, like I said, they're going to face the winner of South Florence and Lancaster. South Florence, the top seed in the 4A playoffs. Remember, only in 4A, they rank the teams 1 through 16. South Florence is the 1 seed, so if they win, they'll have the home game coming up next Friday night. If Lancaster, who's just been beating everyone on the road so far, including Beckham last week, if they could do it again, then the winner of that Irmo-James Island matchup would be at home next Friday night. Now down in 2A, Oceanside Collegiate, they are home tonight after their win over Woodland last Friday night. They'll be over at the District 4 Stadium once again. They are playing host to Barnwell. Winner of that matchup will go on the road next Friday night in the lower state finals to take on the winner of Andrew Jackson and Hampton County. And finally in 1A, Cross, 11-1 on the season. They've had a magnificent year. They are playing host to Bamberg Earhart in the 3rd round tonight. The winner there faces the winner of Johnsonville and Lamar. If Cross wins tonight, they will once again be home next week for the lower state finals. That 1 seed winning that region championship gives them home games all the way through to that state championship game. So that was a huge deal for Cross, and they're looking to make it count with another win tonight and hopefully another home game coming up next Friday night. Now, one other thing we do want to mention before we get going out of here and get ready for Friday Night Lights, want to go through a couple things actually. What's on tap for tonight? Coming up at 6 o'clock, Summer Hector is going to be live out at Carolina Forest to preview the game with Somerville. She'll be live at 7 o'clock as well. Also at 7, I'll be live over at the District 4 Stadium for Oceanside Collegiate. We'll have photographers over at James Island and at Cross tonight. And then at 11:15 for Friday Night Lights, we'll have highlights and reaction from all 4 games as we get ready for one of the final Friday Night Lights of the season, and maybe the biggest one. As I said, we have 4 teams going for state championships coming up later tonight. Also want to mention the All Friday Night Lights team, our first ever all-star team that we're putting together, are going to air next month, just the week before Christmas. Still need to hear from some of the coaches. I've got about half of the coaches that put in nominees so far. We've got a great list so far. It could be even better. If you haven't sent in your nominees so far, please email me, kevin.bilodeau@live5news.com, or you can send them to me over Facebook or Twitter. Any way you want to get me your nominees. We just need name, year, and their stats for the season so we can whittle things down. We're going to have a first team, second team, and honorable mention for both offense, defense, and special teams. We're really excited, but had a lot of fun so far putting this together. Still need to hear from a couple more coaches, though, and I can't wait to get that all together. And like I said, going to be airing, I think, the week before Christmas. We're going to spread it out over a couple days. Also going to name our player of the year and our coach of the season as well. So good luck tonight to Somerville, Oceanside Collegiate, James Island, and Cross as they all try to get on to the lower state finals tonight. We will have everything at 11:15 on Friday Night Lights. Everyone have a great weekend, and we will see you tonight.